welcome back, and I have a really exciting video for you. And it's exciting because if you go back and look at my very first video, it was a Profusion Cosmetics holiday haul in 2013, and I am now a beauty, what am I? I am a Beauty Pro Insider with Profusion Cosmetics. I was selected, as I know a lot of people were, to be sent some products for review, and so these products were sent to me. But it's just really cool because I am very proud to work with this company. They the reason why I actually signed up to work with this company is because, yes, they do send you free products and they do want reviews, but they tell you specifically they want to know what you like and dislike about a product. And I think that is so I think that's just very honorable when it comes to this kind of thing. I know I don't have a lot of experience with companies sending things for review, but I know a lot of companies send you things expecting a good review. Profusion actually wants to hear what you like and what you dislike, and you guys have heard me say it a million times on here. If you are familiar with my videos, there are things that I absolutely love from Profusion Cosmetics. They either hit it out of the park or it's a big dud sometimes. So they have sent me a few things that I want to talk about, the good and the bad, some very good, some not so good. So, but let's go ahead and get started. What they sent me was this. This is called the, I'm reading off my phone, sorry, the Absolute Conceal palette. This is $5.99 off their website. This is a concealer palette with 4 shades to conceal blemishes and create an even complexion. Concealer palette features corrective shades that can be used to color correct redness or discoloration, brighten the complexion, and reduce sallowness. So this one, first of all, I really like the packaging. It's nice, it's sturdy, it's plastic. You get a very, very nice brush in here. Like, they're really stepping up their brush game, so as far as applying the product. And you get a very generous amount in here. You get, net weight is 12 grams, so quite a bit of product. So you have a more yellow toned right here. Then you have a more peachy pinky tone right here. I'm just going to swatch these out on my hand. Then you have this kind of orangey shade. And then you have a more kind of beigey peachy tone. So these are the concealers. Now, these are usable. I would say that if you're like me and you have pronounced dark circles under your eyes, this is not going to be the best product for you, because it is creamy, but it's almost too creamy to where they blend away to just nothing. So you see, you do get a little bit of brightness, but you can see the veins in my hand and everything else showing through. I mean, it's just going to be not as heavy duty of coverage as I would really like. Now, as far as the texture of the product, the texture is nice. It's creamy, but it's not greasy, and it does blend in very nicely. So if you just need to have maybe some minor corrections to your skin is essentially, you know, flawless, you just need to touch some stuff up now and then, I would say maybe try this out. For $5, you might really like it. But if you are like me, to where you just need some heavy duty correction, or if you have a lot of redness in your face, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this palette, just because you're not going to get the coverage you need. Again, I really like the texture. It does blend out. I don't find it to be extremely sticky once it sets. It's not going to set to a powder-like finish, but it's not going to be overly sticky. But I just didn't get the coverage that I needed out of this product. But again, I do really like the packaging. I like the product price on it, the price point, and this brush is awesome for getting just right in there and applying concealer. So I do like the brush and will be using that quite a bit. Product that I received from them is the Duo Blush Palette. And again, this is a $4.99 palette, and it says on the website, a blendable finely milled powder blush that sweeps on beautifully and delivers 8 hours of streak-free color. Blush color kit comes as a shimmering soft pink and a sparkling deep coppery rose. Apply these shades wet to achieve high impact flush, or dry for a natural looking glow. Now, I never apply blushes wet. So again, I really do like the packaging. It's sturdy. It's not the most high-end packaging, but it is sturdy. You do get a brush in here, which I do not mess with these. And again, you get a whole bunch of product. Those are huge blush pans. You actually get a total of 13 grams, so for each blush. And I'm actually This is how I've been wearing them every day. I'm wearing them today on my cheeks. I just kind of dip my brush into both and blend them out together on my cheeks. And I've really been enjoying these. These are very nice. They're very soft. They are a little bit powdery, but not to the point where there's a ton of kick up in the pan. It's just sometimes when you swatch it out, you can see a little bit of powderiness, but I get that with the Milani Rose Powder blushes too, and I love those. And I really, really like these colors, especially mixed together on my cheeks. I think they're just beautiful. And as far as the 8-hour wear time, I've got to say that really lives up to the claim. I will go throughout the day and check. And I've been dealing with a foundation lately that's been breaking down on me a lot, but these blushes have been really staying in place, and they just wear beautifully throughout the day. And I think they just are one of those blushes that, especially when you mix them together, they just give you that beautiful kind of soft, just natural flush to your skin. And I will say that both of these do appear matte to me. I don't see sparkle in either of these, so I don't know why they say they're sparkly. They're not. They are both matte, bordering on, I would say, a satin finish, but they're going to come off matte on the cheeks. So just really, really am liking this product. This has been in my rotation quite a bit since I've got it, just because I did want to try out that 8-hour blush, that 8-hour wear time claim, and it definitely lives up to that. So for $5, I think this is an awesome cheek product. I think it's fantastic. Next product I got was this, and this, if you look on their website, is called the new Trendsetter Eye Palette. It's $12.49, and it says these collection of shades each create a certain look or focus on a specific finish. The high coverage, intense, and long-lasting colors come in a slim palette with an included mirror and applicator for easy use. So this, I really like the packaging. I will say this about all of their products. I wish all of their products came with more kind of detailed names on them sometimes. I know sometimes we complain about the length of names on the product, but this one, it comes in a nice package. It's like a mushy packaging with a heavy, kind of sturdy plastic. And you open it up and you do get a mirror, 24 shades in here. And I will say you get some very, very unique, interesting shades in here. You get an eyeshadow primer, you get these 2 concealers, and then you get 4 cream eyeliners and some eyebrow powders, please excuse me. So let's just go to the eyeshadows first. So first off, I want to talk about the eyeshadows. First of all, I always commend Profusions because they are very, very, I think, on trend as far as colors. They always have some very unique colors in their repertoire. Now, sometimes their eyeshadow palettes will knock your socks off, and sometimes they leave you feeling very underwhelmed. And when I was looking at this palette, I was kind of underwhelmed with it. Things like this color right here, which is called Smoke. This is like a greenish gray. I was really excited about this teal, which is called Deep Sea. I was really excited about Delight. I was really excited about Dusk to Dawn. It looks like pink champagne in the pan. From the Self-Made palette. So some really interesting shades in here, but when you swatch them out, the pigmentation is just not really there. I mean, you can get some pigmentation out of the shades, but you are gonna have to work at it. They have a nice array of deep, dark, neutral shades. They've got some nice transition shades. They've got some nice matte highlight shades. Oh, sorry, I'm covered in product. But again, they are powdery, and you're gonna have to really work with them. You're gonna have to put them over a base. You're gonna have to spend some time blending these shadows out. Now, if that sounds like a good deal to you and you are attracted to those colors and you don't mind putting in the extra work, I'm not gonna say no, don't get it, because I have gotten a couple of decent looks out of them, but it has taken me quite a bit of time. But then again, y'all need to understand that my makeup perspective is a little bit different, because if I'm really inspired by a color, I'm gonna go those extra steps to make it work, and I know that's not the case for everybody, and that's totally fine. So the eyeshadows overall, like I said, I have to give them props for the array of colors, the mattes that they have in here, the shimmers. I think the color selection and the texture of the colors is stunning. They just need to make them a little, it's kind of like the problem that I feel like the Maybelline nudes palettes have, is that they're packed so hard you can't get any pigment out of them. So those are kind of a dud for me. The other thing I was really excited about were the eyeliners. So you get a black eyeliner, a brown eyeliner, a plum eyeliner, and a navy eyeliner. Right there, I'm gonna swatch these out. And I have played around with these, and I've gotta say the formula on these is, as far as applying them to your eye, is incredible. They're really nice, they are a little bit sheer, but I will say they build on themselves beautifully. You can go back and add more on, and it's not gonna move the product around, it's just gonna build up the color, which I find to be very nice. And I've gotta say, with this navy blue, I created one of the most easy ever wings on my eye because the formula is just so nice and creamy and smooth. And I will say this for the color, a lot of times when you buy a navy blue eyeliner, it ends up looking black or brown on your eye. This one, actually, the navy blue came through, so I was really, really excited about it. Unfortunately, these do not set down at all. Transferred all over my eye. It was just kind of a big, messy situation. So I was kind of disappointed in those because the colors are beautiful. The formula is amazing as far as ease of application, but when it comes to wearability throughout the day, they might look really good for a picture, but they're not going to last. So those were kind of a disappointment. So I've got to say, I think Profusion did a beautiful job with the color selection, with the formula, again, as far as application and the buildableness of it. But when it comes to wear time, they're just not going to cut it. And now let's talk about the brow products. Now the two brow shades, they're very, very similar. So you've got brunette brow and blonde brow. So the brunette's a little bit more red. The blonde is a little bit more on the cool tone, but it's just ever so slightly. I don't think there's enough of a difference really. Well, I guess when you swatch them out, they are. But these are extremely red toned. I think these would be nice for people who have more red undertones in their hair. But when it comes to somebody who's my color hair, even with me, I know my brows tend to be a little bit lighter than my hair, and that's just because that's how they are naturally, and I just don't mess with it that much. But these made my brows look red. But they are really pigmented. The powder, again, is really nice and easy to use. It just wasn't a complementary color for me. So, but I do like the brow products as far as texture and the way they apply. So those are definitely a bonus. Now you also get an eyeshadow primer in here. It looks like this. I really feel like this kind of does nothing. It's clear, and I just, you know, it wasn't bad. It just didn't do anything really for me. It was just kind of a kind of an everyday hard candy elf $1 kind of eyeliner. So that is in there though. I mean eyeliner, eyeshadow primer. So it is usable. You can use it. I don't have a big problem with creasing on my eyes anyway, so I don't talk about eyeshadow primers a lot just because my eyeshadow is just going to kind of stay where I put it unless the formula is just not good. So so that is in there. And then, all right, and then you also have two concealers in this palette. So you have and they're just called the under eye concealers. So you have a more yellow toned one and a more peachy toned one. They're a mess because I have been using these. I wear these today. These are pigmented, so much more pigmented and nice to work with than the ones in the palette. You just get a lot more coverage. Let me swatch these so you can kind of see what I'm talking about right next to it. So let's pick up that peachy and yellow one. So those are those two from the concealer palette, and you can just see the difference in pigmentation. So the ones up here are so much nicer. I really do enjoy those. I think they blend out beautifully. They cover beautifully. Again, I'm wearing them today. I've been wearing them a lot. If I set them with powder, they don't crease on me. And I think those are probably my favorite part of this whole palette are these two under eye concealers. So I really, really do like those. I will say one thing about the packaging of this product. You do have, you know, some cream products mixed in with powder products, so I have had to be really careful in the powder products getting into the cream products, but it'd be nice if there was some kind of flap or something like that over there. So overall the palette is, you know, the concealers are really good, the brow products are really good if you have that kind of reddish undertone. It wouldn't be the first thing I suggested from this line by any means, but I do really like a couple of the products in here. And this palette also came with 3 brushes, and I've got to say, I think Profusion really is doing a good job. They're working on their brush game. So you get a nice little eyeshadow brush in here. It's reminds me a lot of the little $1 brushes from e.l.f. It's going to be great for getting in little, packing in color in tight little areas or smudging underneath the lash line, and then you do have an angled brush. Now this one is cut a little bit thick for me to do eyeliner with, but I can use my this in my brows and have, and it works just fine. And it's just a nice little tool to have on hand. And the last brush I want to talk about is this little very precise eyeliner brush. I really like this brush. I've been using it all week long. I used it for my wing today. It just gives me a nice precise application. It's really kind of causing me to go away from my much loved liquid eyeliners and back to some of my old favorites as far as gel and cream eyeliners. So this brush is awesome. So I think all 4 brushes that I got are very usable and really nice quality for the price of the products. So those are just some of the products that I received to review from Profusion, and definitely some hits in there, as well as some things that, you know, could definitely, there's always room for opportunity. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've tried out this brand, let me know down below, because I'm always interested. They're really starting to come out with a lot of different products, so there's always so much new stuff to try, even though I've tried out a ton of stuff. But let me know what your favorites are from this brand, and what you thought about the products I talked about. And I will link my other Profusion Cosmetics review videos down below, because for the most part I really enjoy this brand. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope you guys have an amazing day, a rockin' week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.